Peace, family. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Book of Gami. I'm your host, Farragami, and this is the Book of Gami, episode 5. Oh, fuck 12, fuck the pigs, fuck police brutality, Black Lives Matter in this bitch. Speaking about that, on today's topic, I think I'm gonna continue what I was talking about going from the third to the fifth, and what these motherfucking cops, what they really here for. So we got to go back to the beginning, where the police even came from, and why personally I feel like shit ain't gonna change, especially with police brutality, until we abolish the police system. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need a government office that, for lack of better words, polices the people, but we don't need the police, and this is why. So going back to slavery, the police, that sheriff, that star, they were slave hunters. That's all they was for. We all, not we all, a lot of us know that. Only job for the police was to capture runaway slaves, bring them back to the plantation. I mean, not only could they just capture them and bring them back, but they basically had, full reign to do whatever. Dogs, bite them, chase them. Well, have dogs bite them, chase them, beat them, kill them if they really felt like it. Their whole purpose was to catch the runaway slaves. Now, if you look at 2019, you can really listen to KRS-One Sounds of the Police, and he breaks it down. Officer from overseer. That's where it came from. Overseer, officer. Come on now, it's KRS. But even to this day in 2019, if you think about it, they ain't riding their horses no more. They don't ride on horseback. They got horsepower. All the cars, chargers, especially they have it in all towns. Big towns like Charlotte, small towns like Pineville and Matthews. And it's crazy, the smaller town you go, the more discreet the cars be. Some of them got the you can't even see police on the side because it's reflective only with lights, so you got to get up on it, or they got to get up on you to see the police. But the whole purpose of the police was to police black and brown people, going to the 70s, 60s, 50s, with the civil rights movements. Who was there stopping the civil rights movements? None other than the police. That's what they do. They stop black and brown people from getting out of control. If you go across seas, if you go to Europe, the police in Europe, they don't even carry guns. And their vehicles, unlike the ones I was just explaining where you can't even see it says police, they're really, really bright. They're still white, but they have all kinds of strips and stripes on them so that you can see them, so that you can flag them down if you have an emergency, because they are here, or they are there rather, to protect and to serve. Here, they're here to control. That's it. Control and place. Place the niggas over there and control them niggas. Oh, this nigga's out of control. I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna place you in jail, or I'm gonna place you back on your side of your side of the proverbial fence, because we all know that we're all equal. Wink, wink. The whole purpose of the police, like I said, is just to stop harassing, or to stop and harass black and brown people in 2019, which is why I feel like it needs to be abolished. The reason why we say fuck the police and not fuck the ambulance is because ambulance ain't done nothing to fuck us over. We don't have any quarrels against the ambulance. We don't have any quarrels against the fire department. But the police, from planting drugs in neighborhoods, to planting fake firearms in neighborhoods, to falsifying arrests in neighborhoods, to falsifying warrants in neighborhoods, to lying to people in order to get them to talk, to arresting people who didn't want to talk, to lying on people who didn't talk and then arresting them. The list, to killing unarmed black men, to harassing people, to killing unarmed black women, to using brutal force and lethal force when it's not even necessary. Like, just, overall, for being a dick. Now, don't get me wrong. In my lifetime, with my experience with cops, I personally have not ran across a bad cop. Like, that's just, I count my lucky stars every time. But that does not mean that anytime I see a white and blue car get anywhere near behind me, my goddamn heart's not thumping out my motherfucking chest. I'm not thinking the ways I need to get off this road and get away from this motherfucker so that he does not see me. I don't get my palms don't start to sweat. I don't start to get mad anxiety anytime I see these niggas. Nah. That still happens. Just because I've just been blessed to not have a negative experience or experience that goes super left with the police doesn't mean that they don't happen. Now, when I was younger, I didn't think they happened. Well, not necessarily, I didn't think they happened. I didn't know they happened. I wasn't aware to it. When in 2019, yeah, bro, I'm pretty fucking aware. I'm pretty sure you are too. I'm pretty sure every other motherfucking week for the past, what, 5, 6 years, you done seen some act of police brutality. So yes, fuck the police. We do not need the police. We do need a organization that polices the people, but they don't need to be the police. I personally believe we need to abolish the entire police and replace it with another similar structure, but totally different, because the police itself is tainted. The police itself has a negative vibe. The police itself is not trusted. Now, do I have a name for this other government agency? Hell no, that's not my job, nigga. That's your job. Not you as my family, but your job as a government and the people that's trying to appease the people, the citizens. That's your job. You need to think of a new title. But I do feel as though we need a new police-esque, police-like system that does not give the officers as much leeway as the current system does, because the current system is doing its job. The current system is to control black and brown people, and they doing that. They controlling black and brown people. They do that. We don't need to be controlled. We need for a system to stop crime and criminals. That's what we need. We don't need a system that controls motherfuckers. How about y'all just, you know what I'm saying, just like just like the ambulance, just like the fire truck, how about y'all niggas just chill or walk the block? We riding around and y'all $50,000 charges. The fuck, nigga, that's wasted gas, a waste of goddamn tax money. I've always been a proponent of, I don't see why they don't buy cars from the junkyard and then put money inside the engines and inside the interior. Why you gotta spend $400,000 on a fleet of cars? That's a waste of money. That's a waste of taxpayer money. That money can be going to schools. That money can be going to roads. That money can be going, well, infrastructure that includes roads. That money can be going to housing for the homeless. That money can be going to a lot of things. But instead, we got chargers that go 150 miles per hour and got a whole bunch of electronics on them that I never want to be in. I don't never want to be inside one of them chargers, because if I'm inside one of them chargers, that means I'm going to jail. It's never a good experience when a cop's like, hey, let me holler at you right quick. You know what I mean? You can just pull up to a fire department and be like, hey, can I get a tour? Or, hey, can I sit in this fire truck? Yeah, you can do that. And people will. And people do. Because the fire department's cool. But they put out fires and save people. What do, officer? Harass people. And your buddies kill people. Innocent people. Unarmed people, and then get away with it. It's pretty fucking cool, right? Yeah, nah. I understand. It's a giant gang, bro. Pause. I do understand. It's a giant gang, bro. They got each other back. Back the blue. So if you're not blue, it ain't shit you can do at the end of the day. And that's why I don't think we need the police. I think we need a new government agency, yes, one that is for the people and ran by the people. That's all, really my old 2 cents for the day. I honestly ain't even mean to really get into this. Today's a big 50, the 50 episode, so that's kind of where my brain went. At the end of the day, it's fuck the police. I love every single person who loves me back and treats me like a human being. But other than that, nah, bruh. As a unit? Nah, man. I can't love y'all entire unit when y'all entire unit doesn't love us. It's just that simple. But for my family, I love you and I want you to be the best possible version of you that you can possibly be. If no one else has told you today or ever, you know that I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. We still here? Oh, well.